also, I just watched Wakanda Forever, and that was an amazing experience. It managed to be just plainly a great movie on its own and a great MCU movie. This was a return to form for the MCU. This is what I feel like the MCU used to be, while doing something different with it, doing something really powerful with it, in my opinion. This movie was high on emotions, and it really was able to bring us on that journey through the acting, the camera work, the music. I felt what the characters were feeling, and all of the characters were amazingly developed, amazingly fleshed out, and it was just incredible. And on top of that, they were able to set up things for the future of the MCU, like all the stuff with Everett Ross and Valentina. They did all of that while playing into the theme of the movie and the plot itself. I will say that that part of the story was a little weaker. I feel like it had less to do with the rest of the whole story going on. But I feel like Everett Ross as a character really shows why Wakanda is such a great nation, which is important for Shuri, because she could have went down the path of vengeance, which could have led to Wakanda not maintaining that level of morality that they had. Um, but yeah, and speaking of Shuri, let's talk about Shuri, because she had some great moments in this movie. She was very well developed. Um, yeah, the acting was incredible. I don't know, that's some of the best acting I've ever seen. Like Letitia Wright and everyone in the movie did an amazing job, and it felt like these character arcs that they were going through really mattered. There were big stakes for the whole country, but then there were the stakes for the characters were just as big. I think that was just incredibly done. Now I'd like to talk about Namor, the villain of this movie, and he's just an incredible villain. He was able to be like we were able to feel for him and understand him, but at the same time really be terrified of him, and really hate what he's doing to these characters that we love. He feels less like a villain, more like an antagonist, a force that is pushing against our main characters, are the people that we're following in the movie, but he doesn't feel like a bad person, and that shined through in the end of the movie when he took Shuri's hand. He took Shuri's partnership, and it just goes to show that he's not as much a bad person as he is just very broken, as he said, and someone who's trying to protect his nation at all costs. So yeah, he was just an incredible addition to this film, an incredible villain, and it just added to everything in the movie. Like, his actions really matter. Like, they actually, spoilers by the way, they actually killed the queen. They actually let him do that. And that was extremely important to everything else that happened in the movie. They let the characters have a major impact. They let the really terrible things happen for the growth of the characters. They let Namor be an incredibly powerful villain to the point where we feel like how are they gonna defeat him? And to that point, the way that they defeated him, which mostly Riri Williams came up with, was actually pretty smart, and it goes to show how smart her character is. And that's another thing that they set up in this film, which is the character of Riri Williams, and got us excited for that Ironheart series to see more of this character. I will say that one little nitpick I have with that character is how fearless she was in all these situations where she was probably very close to death. Should have died at any moment. Things could have gone terribly wrong. So I feel like maybe it would have been cool if they had some sort of character arc with her really going into that role of being a hero. Because at the start of the film, she did seem really scared. And I was thinking that maybe they could take that through the film, give her sort of an arc, but they didn't really do that. But it's just a small little criticism. Overall, this film was amazing. It kept me on the edge of my seat. It got me in the emotions. It got me caring for the characters. And it did not do the things that I expected. It did some very unexpected things and some very amazing things. And I am very grateful that this is how they ended off Phase 4. And I am cautiously optimistic after this film for Phase 5. So overall, I would give that film a 9.5 out of 10. There's a few little flaws, but film was emotional, inspiring, beautiful, and extremely well done. And I think it was a great way to honor Chadwick Boseman through this film. And I think it's the best they could have done with the circumstances that they had. So that's it for this video. Tell me in the comments, what did you think of this movie? Yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.